there's Jonathan, and I got a confession to make. I had eggnog the other day. You know, it was New Year's, right? And a few days ago, and then there's some eggnog left in the fridge, and I drank it, and I felt horrible. I love eggnog, love the taste of eggnog. It brings me back to, you know, Christmases gone by, right? And my son loves it too. And you know, over the holidays, we, you know, had friends and family over, and we had eggnog. And the other day, it was Tuesday, I was hungry, and I went in the fridge, and there wasn't a lot of good food in there. And what did I do? I grabbed the eggnog, and you know, I know better. Right? We all know better, right? We all know that, hey, you know, especially New Year's, right? Now's the time of year when we all set our New Year's resolutions. And I always say, like, if the resolutions were any good, we would have set them back in like October, right? If you want to get started on something, you get started on it right away. So resolutions, I always kind of have some fun with them because, you know, now's the time of year where everybody's Facebook feeds are full of people, you know, making changes, and I do too. You know, it's time to turn over a new leaf, and you know, the beginning of a new year or new month, whatever, is always a great time to kind of signal the start of something new. But I know something that's true. Environment trumps willpower, right? When you want to set some new sort of activity or goal, you know, now is the time of the year when everybody wants to lose a few pounds, start some new habits, and then by the end of January, the odds of them coming true or being fulfilled are gone. And what happens is that, you know, when you want to lose weight, or you want to lose a few pounds, or start a new goal like that, you know, you look in the fridge and there's the eggnog from Christmas. There's that half-drunk 2-liter bottle of Coke that you got for your in-laws to mix in their rum and Cokes, right? And as much as you want to make the right choice, as much as you want to do the right thing, willpower is like gas in a tank. Eventually, it kind of wears down, wears thin, especially as the day goes on. You know, by the end of the day, if you've had a hard day at work and you've been, you know, slugging away, and then, you know, you're hungry, you go to the fridge, and all those things that are bad for you scream out, you know, take me, right? But environment will always overpower your will. And it takes a tremendous amount of willpower to overcome a physical environment. So the best thing to do is to change your physical environment, right? If you've got bad food in the fridge, get it out of there, right? When I was training for the Olympics, when I would move to Lake Placid, New York to go train at the Olympic Training Center, that environment was really inviting to train to become an Olympic athlete. That's what it's for. And when I would go back to school and see my friends, you know, sometimes they would go like, well, why are you going off so? Like, why are you going away for the winter? Like, why are you doing that? What? It just throws a lot of doubt in your head. So that willpower that you have, or that I had, you know, to wanting to become an Olympic athlete was constantly being bombarded by the environment that I was in, until I went to the environment where it was normal, where it was accepted. Now, in our own houses, in our own homes, we have an environment, a physical environment that we see every day. And if it doesn't support our goals or our new goals, we'll be snapped back into the old us because the environment dictates it to be so. You know, so we've got two types of environments. One, we've got our physical environment that we live in, and then we also have the mental environment that's in our head. Now, the mental environment in your head is something that you can control to kind of boost that willpower, but the key is that you need to do something, you need to set triggers in your daily life to remind you of that ultimate goal, that new goal that you want to set forward for yourself, maybe that new weight loss program, the new you that weighs 175 pounds instead of 185 pounds, right? Or more, right? But the key is to set triggers that remind you of that goal so that it boosts your willpower. So the best time to do it is the first thing in the morning. You get up out of bed, you've had a good night's sleep, and you know, a good thing to do is to keep maybe a journal that you look at every day and you write down the future you. You know, I'm light and alive at 165, right? That's it. You know, that could be a goal that you have, and it's a little trigger. And then when you get out in the real world, you get out in the physical environment, and that willpower boost that you've given yourself helps you withstand the physical environment you're in. Like, let's say you go to work and there's like a big box of donuts. You know, the best thing to do is get away from that environment of those donuts, you know, and get away from it. Give yourself that little willpower boost and go have an environment that supports you physically ready at hand. You know, so if you've got junk food in the fridge, get rid of it. If you're going to work and there's going to be junk food there, try to avoid it, right? Or load yourself up on good and healthy food before you get to that donut table so that you can say, I don't need that anymore. But also feed your internal environment every day with good stuff, with visions of the new you. And what'll happen is that your brain will trigger itself and say, like, listen, when you go to reach for the donut and all you've been telling yourself for days and weeks is that that you eat healthy food, then there's a big disparity there, right? And you won't do it. It'll help you a little bit. But remember, environment trumps willpower. So when you're tired, when you're weak, when you're slow, you'll be reaching for that thing that's easily accessible. So if your environment supports that and doesn't allow you to grab those things or take part in those things that are bad for you, then you'll reach your goals. You'll make those things happen. So yeah, I look back onto my Olympic experience, and when I would travel to Lake Placid or to Park City, Utah, or to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where I live now, when I was in that environment, life was good and life was easy. It all made sense. But when I was out of it, there was a struggle. So take some time today and think about your environment. Does it support your new goals, the new you, the you that you want to have come true? Or does it snap you back into the old you? Right? Make a list, write it down in a book. Go like, man, these are the things, like if your office is dirty and cluttered and you don't have a really clear space to think, clean it out, get out with the old, just box it up, get out of that space, put it in the garage for now. Do something to just basically redo that environment to support your dreams and your goals. Hey guys, it's Jonathan. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Would you do me a huge favor? I would love it if you would share this on Facebook, tweet it out, pin it, Google Plus it, and by all means, leave me a comment below and reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook or email me here, and head on over to iTunes and subscribe to all our podcasts, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel to get further views and updates and never miss an episode. I'd appreciate it, and I'll see you next time around. Cheers.